Victoria's acting Premier has given the biggest indication yet that the state's 7-day lockdown may be extended. Let's go live to Melbourne now, and joining us live is Patrick Murrell. Pat, good morning. Do we know what an extended lockdown would look like?
Well, Pete, it's not yet clear, but Victorians will be hoping it looks nothing like the 4-month lockdown we all endured last year. The situation may well get worse before it gets better. That's according to Acting Premier James Merlino, the line he gave as he briefed media yesterday on 11 new cases of coronavirus in the state. There are now 51 active cases, and all signs are really pointing towards an extended lockdown. Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton says the current 7-day lockdown, due to expire on Friday, is being re-evaluated on a daily basis, but there are a number of factors which may indicate the lockdown will be extended. That does include the emergence of a mystery case, as well as 420 exposure sites, some of which were very populous areas, including shopping centres, supermarkets and public transport as well. We know as well there are 4,200 primary and secondary close contacts who have been isolated as a result of these outbreaks. So no information on if this lockdown will be extended, but regional Victorians are calling for these lockdown just to apply to Melbourne. They want to be exempt from any further restrictions because there are no active cases out in the regions. That may require the reimposition of the Ring of Steel we saw last year, but that is looking increasingly unlikely. The police union coming out today in 9 newspapers saying that it is opposed to the idea because it would distract and take away police from more important duties. Here's Acting Premier James Merlino speaking about the Victorian outbreak yesterday.
There is no doubt that this situation is incredibly serious. The next few days remain critical, and I want to be really clear with everyone that this outbreak may well get worse before it gets better. So I'm asking every single Victorian, if you have any symptoms whatsoever, please go and get tested.
And Pat, there are now concerns for 2 aged care facilities.
That's right, Pete. The R-Care aged facility in Maidstone now has 3 positive cases, 2 workers, including one who is not vaccinated, and a 99-year-old resident who has been taken to hospital as a precaution. The government says that all other residents and workers at that facility have tested negative, but it is still in lockdown as a precaution. Now, it has emerged that one of those workers at the site was also working at the the Blue Cross Western Gardens facility in Sunshine. Now, if you remember, last year the Commonwealth actually banned aged care workers from working across multiple sites to prevent infection and spread. That was actually reversed in November again last year and only reimposed last week when Victoria was declared a hotspot. That has been some concern, and there's now talks about bringing that back and extending it to prevent spread between aged care homes. Also, Pete, one of those workers, unvaccinated, calls for the Commonwealth to make it mandatory for frontline workers in these facilities to have their first jab before they can go to work. There's also concerning reports from the Health Workers Union about the R-Care aged facility. One of the workers there was reportedly told by a manager to go to work while they were supposed to be in lockdown. R-Care has denied that claim.
Pat Murrell, live in Melbourne. Thank you, Pat.